Wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Yeah, I'm coming a little late tonight. I want to see what kind of crowd is hanging around here. I know what the daytime crew is like. Let me see. Well, let me come over here and drop my net down in the nighttime crew, and see what's over here. See if it's any better. Maybe that's when I need to start coming on at night. Who knows? Um, but listen, you're gonna have a lot of people that gonna get discouraged. A lot of people gonna second guess themselves. A lot of people gonna have doubt about whether or not, they heard the idea, they got it right. And all of that stuff is designed to make you procrastinate, to keep you scared. Cause man, when you scared, you ain't gonna try nothing, cause all you see is fear. That's all you see is fear. You see, and when you only see fear, you don't see any solutions. You just see turmoil when you see fear. That's all you got is turmoil, man, and worry. And ain't nothing God can do with that. You're worrying, you're being scared. Ain't God can't do nothing with that. God can't do a thing with that. Because if he could, he'd be violating his word. Because he say all things are possible to him who believes. God can only work with your belief. He can't work with your fear. And so many of us, and myself included, I've had disappointments, letdowns. I've had them in my life. So naturally, that's like a default. What's going on, Edward? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining me. You had those moments, man, where things gonna be looking like they just ain't working. It's just not clicking for you. And most people at that point lean toward panic. They lean toward giving up, surrendering, counting themselves out. But if you believe in yourself, if you believe in what you're doing, then you'll learn how to weather the storm. That's all you're gonna do. If you believe it, man, if one thing ain't working, then you're gonna find something else. Because you already got that ready to go. It's already ready. So you go find something else. Create something else. And see, a rising tide raise all boats. And if you got 4 or 5 different creations that are ready to go, that are only missing money, and then you come into some money. See, most folk, when they come into money, they got to start from scratch to try to build something. But because in your downtime you just kept building, kept creating, see, you can hit the ground running, man. That's what a lot of people fail to realize when you having a situation where you going through some things, man, that's the time you start creating. That's when you start creating. You see? But most folk, sit down and worry. But see, when you're creating, you're now occupying your mind, can't worry and create at the same time. It's going to have to do one or the other. So when you force your mind to create, see, worry ain't got nowhere to go. Worry ain't got no landing place. Because your mind is busy. Your mind is proactive. See, worry can only attack a reactive mind. That's the person where something got to walk up on them. And then they react to it. See, they don't see it coming. It has to get right up on them. And then they react to it. And this is why our society right now is so screwed up. Because the people are trying to react to what's going on rather than trying to predict what's going on. And that's the difference. And if what you're trying has not been working, why don't you try something new? Try something different. And I'm talking to myself too. So that's, that's you can't be scared, man. And see, you're gonna have people that's gonna talk about you, that's gonna try to discourage you, that's gonna put your ideas down, try to demonize you. You're gonna have all of that. But you gonna have to believe in you. And see, and I ask this all the time. Why is it you want other people to believe in you and you don't believe in yourself? But you want somebody else to believe in you and you don't believe in yourself. This ain't the time for the pity party. Let me say that again. This is not the time for a pity party. Now it's the time to be getting stuff in line so you can hit the ground running, man. Because a lot of people are going to be left behind. See, and the people that's going to be left behind are going to be the ones that, used to people giving them something. See, used to getting something for nothing. And right now, they're like conditioning the masses in the mindset of something for nothing. And it don't exist. That's a mindset. And when you become, when you get like that, then you become dependent. And once you become dependent, you're controllable. When you can depend, when you got to depend on me for everything, I can control you. Because if you get out of line, then I'm just going to cut your benefits. See, I'm going to cut your access. And you're going to have to get in line with the rest of the people that's been screwed over. And it's long. And slow. Make sure you put that part in. It's long and slow. And by the time they get to you, the statute of limitations will be gone. What's going on, Loca? What's happening? So, what is this? Okay. So anyway, don't be afraid, man, to make a mistake, because that's how you learn. See, that's the mistake a lot of y'all making, not getting out trying some ideas, because when you start trying your ideas, man, you're gonna learn something. It's gonna teach you something. And see, Ideas are very possessive. When they come to you, when an idea comes to you, it wants your attention. And if you don't give it any attention, it'll go to somebody else. How many times you done seen something say, damn, I thought, because the idea came to you first. But you dismissed it. And it went to somebody else. See, that's the thing about ideas. Ideas will teach you stuff, man. See, idea is nothing but a door. That's what an idea is a door. And you on one side of the door, and there are other aspects of that idea on this side of the door. And you trying to get into the other aspects. Because if an idea is not growing in your mind, it's dead. Let me say that again. See, if an idea is not growing in your mind, it's dead. What do you mean? It ain't for you. What do you mean an idea? When an idea is growing in your mind, you see different expressions of it. And usually, those expressions and forms that you see are in finished form. See, they in finished form. That's what an idea is going to come to you in finished form. Man, if you embrace me, look how famous you're going to be. Look how much money you're going to make. If you embrace me. Don't show you where the hazards are. Don't show you where the detours are, the roadblocks, the dead end. Don't show you none of that. But it show you how profitable it is if you embrace it. And unfortunately, some people sell their souls for an idea. They sell their souls, man. You know? And in the beginning, it looked good because, you know, you're having a good time. Everything is working and clicking. But you know, now the tab then came. And you got to pay up. And stuff started falling apart. See, that's the thing. That's the thing about sin. Eventually, it'll start out picture perfect. But eventually that stuff gonna fall apart. You doing wrong. Have you noticed now? What's going on, Tanya? How you doing? Thank you for joining me. You notice now how all of a sudden, all of these truths that start coming out, stuff that's been buried for years, now all of a sudden, somebody's shining some light on it, somebody's now revealing it, and this is just the beginning. I mean, man, I'm glad my mama ain't here to see this mess about T.D. Jakes, because that was her man. I'm telling you, if my mama was living now and heard this scandal about T.D. Jakes, man, I can't even predict how I know it won't be good. I'm just glad she ain't here to see that crap, man. I'm serious. And you got some more stuff that's going to jump out. You can't be scared. And see, and listen, remember the story where the father had the son that would have seizures and brought him to the disciples, and the disciples couldn't do nothing with him. And when he brought him to Jesus, and Jesus said, how often he do this? And he was saying, and Jesus told him, he said, listen, all things are possible to him who believes. And the man turned around and told Jesus, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. And see, and that's what a lot of us, and your unbelief ain't nothing but fear. That's all it is. Let me say that again. Your unbelief ain't nothing but fear. Your justification, your preciseness, nothing but fear. Your inquiry, fear. And in the meantime, somebody else will see the very thing you dragging your feet about, and they'll come in and scoop it up from under you. Now you got your cheeks blowed out because you think somebody done stole something that you was dragging your feet about anyway. You wasn't even sure. And now that somebody else got it and doing something with it, now you playing the victim. But initially, you was dragging your feet. And it came to you first. And you drag your feet. Listen to me, y'all. See, your ideas are going to come as intuition. Let me say that again. Your ideas are going to come to you through your intuition. Now, if you don't know what that voice sounds like, then you'll listen to anything. But if you know what your intuition sounds like when it talks to you, see, then you'll follow it. You ain't gonna ask no questions. You're gonna, sometimes, just like I was sitting in the park and I heard Truth Conductor. All right, in 2020, I heard, stop hating each other because you disagree. I mean, just as stop hating each other because you disagree. I just heard that phrase, and immediately, in fact, at the time, I didn't even count the letters. I didn't even count the words. Just 7 words. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. Somebody actually brought that to my attention. Now, if God can give me that message, then it's up to Him to make it successful. If I'm doing my part, it's up to Him to make it a success. See? Only thing I have to do is get out here and keep trying, man. Keep trying. Keep putting it in front of people. And see, now, more and more people are saying, you the guy that be on the news. You the same guy that be on the news. See, now they're saying, you the guy that be on the news. And see, and sometimes, let me tell you, when you trying, it gonna seem like ain't nobody paying attention. It's gonna seem like, man, you spinning your wheels. I'm telling you. Sometimes when you get in this grind and you trying to get some traction, it's gonna feel like you spinning your wheels sometimes, man. You wasting your time. And seeing those are the moments that you need to just sit back and chill. Go get in the bed, take a bath, do something. Take your mind off whatever it is you're dealing with. And just, okay, take that butt whipping. All right, you got me today. I'm going to go home, lick my wounds, get me a good meal, God damn it, and I'll be right back tomorrow. Be ready. And that's how you have to do it. And see, and sometimes, see, this is why repetition can't bother you. Let me say that again. This is why repetition can't bother you. Okay? Because repetition is designed to break the nervous system of others down. You do that with repetition. You keep going back and back and back and back and back. And eventually, they'll give you what you want just to get rid of you. And seeing most folk think they would be getting on somebody's nerves. That's what you want to do. Get on their nerves. Get on their nerves. So they'll give you what you're asking for. There's a story in the Bible. Well, you know, I always tell you that if a person is telling you about something and can't show you on their life, then it's just talk. And when I first started trying to work for Metro, I called down and spoke with the lady, and she gave me all that. She said, well, you know, right now we're not hiring, but keep checking and it will let you know. And at least twice a week. And one day, I just happened to ask her name, and she said, Miss Collins. I said, oh, Miss Collins. And when she would say, hello, I said, Miss Collins, Mr. Folden, why don't you say, listen, Saturday, we're having a test. Why don't you come down here and you take this test and leave me the hell alone? Okay? You come down here right now. You just come take the test Saturday. You be here so you can leave me alone. That's how I got the job. That's how I got the job. I just kept calling back and back and back. And see, and this is what I'm trying to show you. And see, most folk would not only be afraid to do that, but in the meantime, if they did do it, they wouldn't even be paying attention to the results. And that's one of the ways to cut down on a lot of your frustration when it comes to your ideas, is to pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to the results. Pay attention to the reaction. Pay attention. So when you see it again, you know where you are. You can recognize it. And see, and once you get over being afraid, shoot, it ain't nothing you won't tackle, man. You know, and that was like when I first started down at the courthouse with my son. When I first started, man, I was holding it up. I ain't had no stick because I was nervous. I didn't know what they was gonna say. I didn't know how they was gonna react. But once I got over that, shit, it ain't nothing for me to walk. I walked right up on them. I walked right I told you, if you can't show what you're talking about, then let me show y'all. Let me show you. Um, I'm trying to find this video I had with Rudy Giuliani. Oh, here it is, right here. Now, watch this. Watch this. Wait a minute. Now watch this.
I'll tell you what President Trump did for me in return.
I'm right up on it.
He left a peaceful world to Joseph Biden. And Joseph Biden has given us a world at war with thousands and hundreds of thousands of people dead that wouldn't have been dead if America
let me start this over. Now that's me. I'm right in his face. Okay?
Tell you what President Trump did for me in return. He left a peaceful world to Joseph Biden. And Joseph Biden has given us a world at war with thousands and hundreds of thousands of people dead that wouldn't have been dead if America hadn't been defrauded into electing Joe Biden. Think about that. When you watch the movie, when you watch the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, just think if it didn't happen. If Biden hadn't been elected and Trump had been elected, the people in Ukraine would all be alive today.
Thank you, guys.
Now, his lawyer earlier tried to block me. And I said, man, get that shit out of the way. Okay? Now watch.
Have a good weekend. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, sir. You're a gentleman. We have a gentleman here. Yes, sir. Merry Christmas. So nice. Merry Christmas. Of course it's Merry Christmas.
And that's how close. And see, the average person wouldn't have been that close, man. Would have been scared. And notice, I wasn't adversarial. So I wasn't trying to embarrass him or put him on the spot, or humiliate him. That wasn't my mission. Not at all. You see, so I'm not a threat. And see, and that's what a lot of y'all haven't learned how to embrace not being perceived as a threat. This is how good black folk had to be back in the day. Now, if you was a maid or a servant and you waited tables, you had to be in that room and damn near be invisible. And catering to all they need. They so comfortable with you, they forget you in there. That's how good you had to be. That's how good you had to be. And they'll say any and everything, and you standing right there. But they so comfortable with you. That's an art, man. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't be that way. When you stand in a room and they forget you in there. They're so comfortable, they forget you in there and be just blabbing, talking out their mind. And you standing right there. That's a gift, man. That's a gift. And you can say what you want, but anytime you can be in a crowded room like that, not one person, all of them forget you in the room. And you standing right there against the wall, listening. And they forgetting you there. I'm telling you, it's powerful, man. It's some powerful stuff. And folk don't, and see, that's why it's it's so disheartening to see the disrespect that we as black people give our answer. Every black person in the world, in America, well, let's just say in America, is the product of somebody that didn't give up in the belly of that ship. Every black person in America today is the product. Because if they gave up in the ship, they're in the bottom of the sea. Ain't no ancestors, ain't no generations. So everybody is the product of somebody that laid in their feces for months and didn't give up. Didn't give up, man. All that stench and that death, they didn't give up. In the belly of that ship, they didn't give up. And look how we remember them. Look how we honor them. But, you can't tell them that. They don't see that. And see, and sometimes they ain't gonna want your ideas to work. Because if they did, then it would shine the spotlight on them. They ain't been doing shit. So you can come along and simplify it. See, listen to me, y'all. Any idea that you're looking for is actually simplifying what already is. You're just giving a different version of how to do it. And that's all you're doing is simplifying stuff, man. How the process of it being done. And see, and it's what you're good at. I know I'm good at creating. I'm an artist. I'm good at creating things. Like tours, dinnerware lines, hop on, hop off shuttle. I'm good at that. That's what I'm good at. No, I'm good at it. Okay, that's what I'm good at. So I don't be second guessing myself when it comes to those things. But see, you got people that are extremely good at stuff, and they still second guess themselves, put themselves down. Like somebody out there is a whole lot better than them. And see, and people are genuinely lazy. Let me say that again. Folk are genuinely lazy. And you tell them you good at something, they're gonna take you at your word until they find out you ain't. But they mostly will take you at your word that you know how to do something until you prove otherwise. And this crew here, you want to keep this crew lazy. They're always depending on you because they're lazy. And that's what you do, keep them lazy. Anything they need, they got to come through you to get it. That's right. You keep them lazy. Keep them dependent on you. See, it took me, I've been in D.C. in 2025 will make 50 years that I've been in D.C. And it took me 30 to figure out why people drop so many names. You ever talk to somebody, man, and they drop name on top of name on top of name on top? I mean, why the hell people, when you be talking to them, they be dropping so many damn names? Because they want to appear to be known. We are attracted to people who are known. And if you go and inquire, some of the names they don't, no, I don't know that person. I don't know who? I don't know them. But they appear to be known until they are. And that's why people drop so many names, because they want to appear to be known. Yeah, True Conductor. I know True Conductor. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he used to be a street vendor. Yeah, I know him. Don't know nothing. That's just something they heard. Don't be afraid to try your ideas, man. The idea came to you for a reason. It came to you for a reason. And sometimes they gonna knock you flat on your butt. You gonna get some ideas. My man Bernie, what's going on, Bernie? Happy New Year, brother. Thank you, brother. Well, brother Bernie's up in the house. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. My man Bernie. Happy New Year, Bernie. But no. The main thing is, when the idea come to you, fear gonna be on one shoulder, and doubt is gonna be and both of them gonna be talking in your ear. What's going on, Bernie? Thank you, man, for joining me, brother. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing, man. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, man. May God forever. Somebody been asking about you. I told him I ain't got nothing but love for Bernie, man. I ain't got nothing but love for Bernie. That's all I got for Bernie. Nothing but love, man. That brother there, that's one of the brothers. Him, Everett Overton, and Laura are the three people, and Steve. I can't leave Steve out because every now and then he do send me $10, man. And Steve sure do. He do. I can't leave him out. I can't leave him out. Them the people. Them the people right there, for real. For real. And and here's the crazy part. In 3 more days, I'll be a year from when I was evicted. I was evicted last January the 17th, 2023. I was evicted from my apartment. And I gotta tell you, man, this been a hell of a ride. I ain't lying, it's been a hell of a ride. Been a hell of a ride. Seemed like the closer I get, the worse it gets. Everything started going haywire and crazy. And see, and that's designed to make you panic. The one thing I have discovered when you are in the middle of the storm, you can't panic, man. Okay? Ain't no room for panic. Because the minute you panic, you done lost control. When you panic. See, you ain't in control no more. And you grasping for anything that you think you can hold on to. And consequently, you end up destroying yourself. Don't panic. It's just a process. We all got to go through it. See, adversity guards the door to success. Let me say that again. Adversity guards the door to success. If success was so easy to get in, how come everybody ain't successful? Think about it. If success was so easy, why everybody not successful? Why people got to lie? Why people got to steal? Why people got to cheat? Just for a form of success. If it was so easy. Okay? Thank you, Bernie. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I mean, seriously. So obviously, it's not easy. And it's going to test you to see if you truly want it also. Okay, that's what success going to do. Oh, success going to try you, buddy. You're going to have to sacrifice something. See, and that's another thing that I think people, I don't know if they fail to realize or have never been taught, but man, when you get out here on this road to success, you're going to sacrifice something. You're going to give something up. You're going to be without something. If you're going to get on this road called success, you ain't going to have your cake and eat it too. Let me say that again. And that's what a lot of these young kids, see, they want to have their cake and eat it too. All at the same. No, man, you got to lay a foundation. And because you're in such a hurry, you don't lay the right time. Yeah, if you don't lay the right foundation, and see, that's when see the mistakes you make and what you learn from, man, all that's in your foundation. Notice when they build a building, notice how long it takes them to put that foundation in. They don't just shoot straight up, man. They go in and dig out and put that foundation in. And see, when we building something, we got to put the foundation in. That's sacrifice, man. That's dedication. That's getting back up after you've been knocked flat on your ass. You get back up. And why? Because, see, the Bible tell you a good man, the whole building, it's going to crumble. Hey, Steve, that's another one. Him. He's another one. That's the one I'm talking about. Every now and then, man, he hit my cash app. He sure do. Yes, sir, buddy. That's him. I was just talking about you. And there you are. But no, man. And see, this is what I be trying to tell people. You learn from your mistake. That's how you learn. From your mistakes is what you learn from. You don't learn from getting it right. You learn from getting it wrong. Now you're building a foundation. Now you know what works and what don't work. You know what to put and what not to put. You know where your strength and you know where your weaknesses are. When you're building a foundation. Therefore, when you get a structure, man, it can hold the weight. And you might you remember in Proverbs chapter 8 when it was talking about exalting wisdom and understanding, and it say that I may cause you to inherit wealth. Man, when God starts causing you to do something, that's an idea. That's just, it's gonna come to you as an idea. And you ain't gonna even question it, you just gonna do it. And lo and behold, it's gonna blow up. And you just doing the idea. You went a different way. Cause that's what and that's another thing. A lot of y'all need to learn to pay attention to your intuition. That's how God gonna talk to you, through your intuition. You got a lot of voices right now that want to be the default voice. A lot of y'all don't know what the default voice sound like. Y'all don't even know what it feel like when it's speaking to you. That's why you listen to all that destructive, crazy crap, because you don't know what your default voice sound like. See, your default voice ain't gonna tell you to do nothing destructive. Ain't gonna tell you to do nothing that put you in danger. That ain't your intuition. That's the devil putting you in harm's way. And all you know is it's a voice, and you think it's God, and it ain't God. God ain't gonna tell you to do nothing destructive. That's harmful. That's negative. God ain't gonna tell you to do that. God ain't gonna go out here and tell you to sleep with another person's husband or wife. God ain't gonna tell you to do that. And you got some people out here blaming God. No, because they don't know God's voice. Get to know your intuition, man. So when it speak to you, you ain't got to question it. You just follow it. You just follow it. Do your part. And let the rest take care of its own. Just do your part. And that's what I get out every day, man, and do my part. I get out there. Sometimes it's depressing. But, somebody's being helped. So that's how I look at somebody's being helped. Maybe folk don't appreciate what I'm doing. But somebody's being helped, man. And that's all I can ask. Somebody's being helped. All right? Anyway, stop being scared. That's how you're gonna learn. That's how you're gonna learn. See, and once you tap into your creativity, man, you're gonna grow as a person. It's gonna change you. When you can tap into your creativity, man, you can see something in your head and you can manifest it like this telephone here. You're a creator. Know what your strengths are. Know what your strengths are. It's some dudes out here that can clean their ass off in the house. I mean, can clean their ass off. You don't need a woman that just like you. You need the opposite of you. See, some woman that's really about her business and ain't got the time to be house cleaning, you her man. Because that free her up to still be able to focus on some of the stuff to keep the bread coming in. Because you're going to keep the house clean and she going to take care of you. Okay? Because you taking the load off her plate. Know your value, man. Know your value. Know your value. Know what you bring. And that's all you got to do. You know, she come to your house, it's always tight. It's always tight. And when you go to her house, man, make it tight. Tighten it up. Tighten it up for her. Because now you're bringing value. Now that's what you're doing. You're bringing some value. It ain't every time she get ready to take her panties off. See, because you bringing value. That's what you got to find, and that's what most folk don't see the value. And you dependable, man. People can count on you. You own time. You can be trusted. That's value. Everybody don't have those values. And you need to learn how to use your values. What's going on? Akibulan, what's happening? So that's all, man. Know your value. Know what you're worth. You good at something. You know, perfect it. Make it even better, because once you introduce them to what you're good at, that's it. Everything else, um, back when he died, was when I did that. That was when he died. That's been what, 2-3 years now. Um, it is very popular, very popular, very popular, very popular. It's very popular. Show is very popular. It certainly is. Very. I get at least once a week. I get a comment. Nicole, well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um, there are some people that are their weakness is housework. That's their weakness. Don't mean they nasty people, but that's just they're stronger doing other things than housework. And see, what you want is somebody that strengths are your weakness. And your strengths are their weakness. See, that way you fit like a hand in glove, man. You got so many people that are trying to find people just like them. And that's where that's when they clash. Because ain't no contrast there. They too much alike. See, you want somebody that is their strengths are your weaknesses. And your strengths, their weaknesses. That's what you want to find. That's the person you can grow with. Because now you can come together and work on each other's weaknesses. See, you can prop each other up. Whereas before, you was by yourself. That's right. That's balance. And that takes a lot of communicating, That takes a lot of communicating, and that takes a lot of communicating. You got to be able to talk to people. You can't fight all of this out or fuss this out. You got to talk some of this stuff out, man. Somebody got to be the bigger person. Somebody has to be the bigger person. And the problem we have now, most folk don't want to be the bigger person. They want the other person to succumb and submit. But you learn something about yourself when you can overlook some stuff. You know, you learn something about yourself when you learn how to somebody that offended you and you can overlook it. You don't forget it, you just overlook it. Big money is behind that. Big money is behind it. How how they gonna travel thousands of miles and their clothes ain't warm? They look like they just stepped out of, they done showered, and how's that? How's that? Where the luggage at? Funny, when you see them getting off them buses, they got a whole bunch of luggage. But when you see them walking, they ain't carrying shit. Who carrying the luggage? Where the luggage at? How you get luggage? See, y'all don't pay attention to shit like that. Okay? Well, and there's a lot of stuff going on that poor people are not privy to, because our resources don't allow us to indulge in some of the things that people with money have knowledge of. They're on a whole different level, man. This stuff a lot of this stuff that we deal with, they don't even read. They don't have to deal with it. They looking at, people that got money, man, they looking at opportunities in front of them. That's the kind of information they be getting. See, we be getting stuff that make us fight each other. But they be getting money to help grow each other. So there's a lot of stuff we aren't privy to. You know, when you're poor, man, that's why they don't want to let you up out of this circle, because they want to keep you ignorant. But see, if you get up in the circle with them and get some money, then you might get hip. See, and then you hip somebody else, and then now they threaten. That's why they control these rags to riches story, because they can't let but a few people get up in there. And notice, especially if it's a black man, all of them got their ears pierced. Notice all of them got pierced ears. See, as a black man, if you want to make it in this system, pierce your ears. They'll let you in. Just like that. Because they know you ain't no threat. See, they can keep you in line. Because all they got to do is give you enough, keep you satisfied. And you good. You ain't going to go out and try to create nothing. You ain't going to try to be independent. You're going to work for them. See, they got you under control. Think I'm lying? Look at all them black men, man. Look at them. Look at them. And name me one that ain't got his ears pierced. Name one. They ain't got his ears pierced. Name one. I got what, 5 people up in here. Name one. Name a successful black man you know that ain't got his ears pierced. He's too independent. See, them jokers with their ears pierced, when they get down to the creek to drink some water, see, they're going to get down on all four and get down and drink their water. That's how they're going to do. They're going to get down just like that and drink the water. But that cat that ain't got his ears pierced, see, he's the one that's going to squat down and scoop the water up to his mouth so he can keep eye on what's going on. See, you ain't going to surprise him. That one, you can surprise the hell out of him. When he come up for air, you all up on his ass. But that joker that's drinking out of his hand, seeing he watching, he paying attention to what's going on. That's the one you can't surprise. See, that's the one that's ready to, at a moment's notice, is ready to fight. See, them the ones you got to pick. You can't pick them jokers that's bowing down because they lazy. And that goes to show you right there. See, that's a mistake they make. They bow down. They bowing down to the wrong thing. But I challenge you. Show me a black man that's successful and ain't got his ears pierced. Because the Bible say that when a man is satisfied with being a slave and he don't want to leave his master, then his master would bring him to a doorpost and punch a hole in his ear and put an awl in it. And he'd walk around with an earring, and that signified that he was satisfied with being a slave. That's where that comes from. But they done glamorized it for it to look like some form of success. When you're actually saying, I'm satisfied with being a slave. I'm satisfied with just working a job. I ain't gonna go out here and create nothing. I'm satisfied with what somebody can give me. I'm always depending on others for my needs. And when they snatch the rug from under me, I'm screwed. A la Kanye West. See, Kanye hooked up with Adidas until Adidas snatched the rug from under him. And now, Adidas needs somebody like me. They can come say, man, let's sponsor this message. Let's work out a deal, Truth Conductor. We all over the world. We gonna sponsor these Adidas, and everybody I see with a pair of Adidas, I'm gonna hook them up. Cause see, I want some money and some cash. Well, it is challenging, Steve. But you can't let you down. That's the only difference. You ain't worried about the challenge. You're not gonna let you down. So if you ain't gonna let you down, come hell, high water, no water at all, you're gonna still hang in there. You gonna still, regardless, you're going down with the ship. And that's what a lot of people are afraid of. They're afraid to go down with the ship. And see, and a lot of times, man, it might look like you ain't making no progress. And you so far ahead because you in the forest. You just too close to the forest to see the trees. And a lot of times, when you get out here, man, you get in such a grind that you ain't paying attention to nothing else because you too busy in the grind. You so focused that you just keep your mind focused on this right here. And you ain't paying attention to anything else. And then when you do, I'll give you an example. The first Million Man March. It was on the Capitol. I was a vendor at 4th and in Indiana Avenue. And this was like maybe 5-6 blocks from the stage where they were, and I had my children with me. And I'm about there hustling, man, trying to get some money. And my kids are running back and forth. And, as a single dad, I'm like, look here, y'all gonna have to act like you got some sense. Okay? They said, Daddy, ain't nobody messing with us out here. They said, man, take a look around you and pay attention. Ain't nobody bothering us. Ain't nobody bothering us. And at that point was when I really kind of like snapped out of it and looked around and like, wow, it is peaceful. And I'm dropping money, man, and dudes, hey, brother, man, hey, man, brother, you dropping money here, man. Here, get your money back. Here, and I mean, it was off the chain. But until I kind of focused to see, I was in my mindset, man, my kids, be careful. Be careful out here. And they was like, ain't nobody bothering us, Daddy. And they can go and come and running and rip. You all right? Yep, I'm fine. And come back. But when you in it, man, you in it. You focus, boy. You just focus in on, man, I know the combination is somewhere, and I'm gonna find this combination. That's the thing about my tours. This is my 8th year. The year of 8 is my 8th year in business with my tours. I'm like, man, the combination, the right combination is somewhere. I ain't throwing a towel in on this. This is generational wealth I done created that I can pass down to my children, my grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren, children I never see. I'll be telling the story how I created these tours and what I went through to keep them going. See, my grandkids, my great-great-grandkids will be telling this story. That's why I got to leave a good documentation behind so they can have something to see. Damn, granddaddy, he was crazy. Let's see. He wasn't scared. That's one thing for sure. He wasn't scared. See, that's one of the things they can show. They can't say I'm scared. Because, I mean, I got some stuff, boy. I be out there. I ain't lying. Because, you see, this is another thing. Understand what stage you're on. You're either going to be on the local, the national, or the international stage. And you might come in contact with all three of them. But know the one that you specialize in. And see, by DC being the nation's capital, this is the international stage. See, when you step into something in DC, you're on the international stage. You know, and that international stage might get picked up nationally and locally. See, but once you excel on the international stage, then the national and the local are gonna want your story. They're gonna want your story. See, they're gonna want you to come and tell your story. But you got to figure out which stage are you on. Are you on the local? Well, if you're on the local, you need to be getting to know them people, man. You need to get to know them. See, anytime, and I learned this through politics. If you see a camera, stop. You want to be seen all over town? Whenever you see a camera, see, this is what this idiot, yeah, well, see, that was pre-pandemic. This post-pandemic. And you got to flip that, man. That's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of folks still trying to do stuff post-pandemic the same way they did it pre-pandemic. And it ain't working. Because it's them flipped. And see, whereas before, you local, now you international. And local and national will pick you up. Besides, not many people do it that way. Very few people do it that way, man. Most folk follow the cutout. Local, national, international. They don't do it the reverse way. And I'm just saying, post-pandemic, something has changed. Something has changed. The rules have to be rewritten post-pandemic. And everybody's too lazy to rewrite the rules. They want to still work off the same rules pre-pandemic. They want to follow the same rules post-pandemic. Well, the world didn't change. So how come you ain't changing? You still post-pandemic the way you were pre-pandemic. But the world ain't changed on you. And you're wondering why you ain't getting no results. Because you ain't changed. You ain't changed nothing about yourself. But yet, you won't change. You want something different. But you're still trying to stay the same. And you can't stay the same and expect something different. So that's the simplest way I can explain this. That a lot of people post-pandemic are still stuck in pre-pandemic mode. They're still stuck in that mode, man. And getting frustrated because the pre-pandemic mode is not working in the post-pandemic. No, not in my lifetime. It'll happen again, but not in my lifetime. I was just man. It was probably about 2-3 million men in D.C. at that time, and this day was so crazy. The traffic never backed up. Never backed up. Never had a rush hour, nothing, none of that. Them men came into town and eased out the same way. And it was, you couldn't even tell. That's how special that moment was, man. You couldn't even tell that they were even in town. That's how special that moment was. And it was a sight to behold. I honestly got to tell you, it was a sight to behold. Sight to behold. It really was. Yeah, it really was. Sight to behold. But I don't think it would ever happen again in my lifetime. Maybe another 50 years, 100 years maybe. You might, but right now, nah. But here again, um, decide where you want to be. If you going, and see, let me tell y'all something. This is the key. It ain't who you know that matters. It is. It will be. It will be. Because it's not a person in the world that it don't touch. It will be. And see, what some company, the mistake they're making now is somebody should be the leader to start this off. And then everybody else will get in line. And that's what a company is missing by not endorsing this sign. See, they would be the leader because nobody else is pushing unity. Nobody else is pushing a message like this. I mean, and what's so crazy is, see, not only am I pushing a message, but I'm also building a brand too. And I think that's the part that throws a lot of people off. That who is this true conductor? It's me. I just happen to take a hat right here and make a brand out of it. Because people told me I look like a conductor. I didn't ask for that. That's what they told me. I look like a conductor. So when I heard true conductor, that wasn't a big stretch. I could live with that. You see, so don't be afraid, man. Don't worry about what people gonna think. Cause them people that's trying to criticize and demonize and discredit you are just jealous that they don't have the initiative to step out on their idea as you do. It's a whole lot of people, man, This idea probably went to somebody else before it got to me. But they didn't do nothing with it. And I just happened to say, oh, okay, come on, I'll put you out there. And notice, when I first started this message, I had DCBlackTours.com as the sponsor. Then I went to truthconductor.tv. And when I realized that if they Google Truth Conductor, all my social media was going to come up, I just took the .tv off and just had them Google Truth Conductor. Then my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter would all come up. So you can stay current on who I am. And you know, people still scared of me, and they can Google me. And they still scared. And see, let me show you something. Now, I Googled my name, blindfolded. This is all that came up. Okay? This is what came up. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Put it on images, and look what you get. Okay? That's just my name. My name, Don Folden. Right? Now, let's do True Conductor. True Conductor. Look what all is going to come up. All this is going, and let's put it on images. Look at the images. Okay? See, that's the work I've been putting in, man. That's the work I've been putting in. I haven't been. I see an opportunity. I'm jumping on it, buddy. I don't care if you are upset or don't want me. This is history. And besides, it's my city. And you ain't gonna come in here and tell me what I can and can't do in my own town. And this just ain't happening. It ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna stand for it. So you can get upset, you can get mad, you can do anything you want to do, but you ain't gonna come in here and bully me in my home city. One of my trolls is up in here. One of my trolls. But it's just that simple, man. And see, you have to teach people how to treat you. That's you know, that's one of the things that you have to teach people how to treat you. Because there's some people that think they can say and do anything they want to you. And that's just not the reality. See, that's you know, you have to draw a line in the sand somewhere. To show you ain't playing. All right? All right, man. Let me get up. This has been a It's been a hell of a year. One hell of a year. It really has. I've I've grown a lot this year. My faith has grown tremendously this year. No. Well, Saturday, if it was, well, see, this is Saturday is my Sabbath, um, and it's also the busiest day for protests in D.C. It's Saturday. Anybody that's going to do a major protest in the city is 9 times out of 10 going to protest on a Saturday. And when they protest, that means there are going to be road closures and detours throughout the city. And if you're trying to do a tour, then you're going to get caught up in a road, a detour, or traffic. And you'll spend more time doing that than you will on the actual tour itself. So Saturday is not a good day for tours in Washington, D.C. If somebody's booking tours on Saturday, they just want your money. Because they ain't going to tell you the information I'm telling you. That you will 9 times out of 10 have a detour during the day on tours in Washington, D.C. because of the protests. And with the elections coming up this year, it's going to be even worse. No refunds, buddy. That's it. That's it. That's it. Once they get your money, that's it. It's done. It's gone. It's finished. Once they do it, it's done. So, but, you know, and I have people that tell me that the reason my business is not booming is because I don't do tours on Saturday. And if that's the reason, then I guess I won't be doing none, because that sure is my Sabbath day. I go from Sunday to Saturday. How the calendar goes from Sunday to Saturday. My calendar don't go from Monday to Sunday. It goes from Sunday to Saturday. Oh, it's time. It's time. Get you up out of here. Hide you. Yeah. Go make another. Go make make another. Make another profile and come on back, because that's all you're going to do. Use one of the other profiles. Be right back. The next person come up in here, be him or her, whoever it is. That's who it'll be. The very next person to come back out. See, because they want to get back in here now. See, when you shut somebody out like that, and they come in here wanting to be negative anyway, oh, they gonna make a profile quick to get back up here and prove a point to you that they still can come back on your page. And they too dumb to realize all they doing is helping my algorithms. That's all they doing. And they just helping me out. Every time they come in here, they just helping me out. So I don't object to that one bit. Let them keep doing it as long as you want. And I'll keep blocking you. But don't let people like that discourage you. Don't let people like that distract you. Don't let people like that diminish you. Because that's their sole job. Is to come and try to put you down because you doing something that they ain't got the nerve to do. All right? All right, what time is it? It's a good time. So I've been on here an hour and a half. Yeah, this is a good time. Okay, see you later.